Hrafnagaldr Óðins, Odin's Ravengaldr, Odin's Raven's Song, also known as Forspjallsljóð or Prelude poem. This very obscure poem has been regarded as a fragment only of a poem, of which the beginning and end are wanting. With regard to the beginning, the want may possibly be more apparent than real, the strophes 2 through 5 being in fact a sort of introduction, although they do not strike at first as such. In consequence of the obscurity of the first strophe, which seems very slightly connected with the following ones, in which the gods and dwarves are described as in council on account of certain warnings and forebodings of their apparent downfall, or Ragnarök. Another point of difficulty is its title, there being nothing in the whole poem to connect it with Odin's ravens, except the mention of Hugin in the third strophe. Eric Carlson, a learned Icelander, after having spent or wasted 10 years in an attempt to explain this poem, confessed that he understood little or nothing of it. In its mythology, too, we find parts associated to some of the personages, of which no traces occur in either Sæmund's or Snorri's Edda, though we are hardly justified in pronouncing it, with more than one scholar of eminence, a fabrication of later times. Hrafnagaldr Óðins. Allfather works, the Allfar discern, the Vanir know, the Nornir indicate. The Avidia brings forth, men endure. The Thursur await, the Valkyr long. The forebodings the Aesir, suspected to be evil, treacherous Vetar had the runes confounded. Urd was enjoyed to guard Orderur, powerfully to protect it against the increasing multitude. Hurg then goes forth, explores the heavens. The powers fear disaster from delay. 'Twas strain belief that the dreams was ominous. Dane thought that the dream was dark. Among the dwarves virtue decays, worlds sink down to Gnung's abyss. Oft were Arsvid, strike them down, oft the fallen again collect. Stand no longer shall earth or sun, the stream of air with corruption laden shall not cease. Hidden is in men's limpid well, men's certain knowledge. Understand get ye, or what? In the dales dwells the prescient Dis, from Yggdrasil's ash sunken down, of Alfin race, Idun by name, the youngest of Ivardi's elder children. She ill brooked her descent under the horse tree's trunk, confined. She would not happy be with Norvi's daughter, accustomed to a pleasanter abode at home. The triumphant gods saw Nanna sorrowing in earth's deep sanctuaries. A wolf's skin they gave her, in which herself she clad, changed her feelings, practiced guile, altered her aspect. Vidrir selected Bifrost's guardian, of the Gjörlson's keeper, to inquire all that she knew of every world. Bragi and Lopt should witness bear. Magic songs they sung, rode on wolves, the god and gods. At the heavenly house, Odin listened, in Lifskjals let them go forth on their long way. The wise god asked the cupbearer of the gods' progeny and their associates, whether of heaven or hell or earth she knew the origin, duration, or dissolution. She spoke not, she could no words to the ancient gods bring forth, nor a sound uttered. Tears flowed from the heads with pain repressed. Orbs they flew anew. As from the east, from Elevagir, the thorn is impelled by the ice-cold Durs, wherewith Dan all people strikes over the fair mid-earth. When every faculty as the hands sink, lulled totters with drowsiness the bright sword grit. As drives away the current, the giantess's blandishment of the mind's agitations of all people. So to the gods' appeasement your room to be effected, red with sorrow swollen when they no answer got. They strove the more, the greater the repulse. Still less than they had hoped did their words prevail. When the leader of the inquiring travelers, the guardian of Herion's loud-sounding horn, took the son of Nal for his companion, Grimnir's skald at the palace kept watch. Vingolf reached Vidur's ministers, both borne by Forniot's kin. They entered, and the Aesir forthwith saluted, at Eag's convivial meeting. Hungetir they hailed of the Aesir the most blissful, potent drink in the high seat they wished him to enjoy, and the gods to sit happy at the feast, ever with Ingjung's pleasure to share. On benches seated at bulwarks bidding, the company of gods were the ceremoniers sated. Skugl at the tables from Nikar's vessel measured out mead in Mimir's horns. Of many things inquired when the meal was over, the high gods of Heimdall, the goddesses of Loki, whether the maid had uttered divination or wise words, from noon until twilight's advent. Ill they showed it had fallen out, their errand bootless, little to glory in. A lack of counsel seemed likely, how from the maiden they might an answer get. Omi answered, all listened. Night is the time for new counsels, till the morrow let reflect each one competent, to give advice helpful to the Aesir. Run along the ways of Mother Rind, the desired repast of Fenris Ulf, went from the guild, bade the gods farewell, thropped and Frigg as before Hrimfaxi. The son of Delling urged on his horse, adorned with precious jewels. Over Mannheim shines the horse's mane. The steed the Valen's deluder drew in his chariot. In the north boundary of the spacious earth, under the outmost root of the noble tree, went to their couches Gigjar and Thursal, spectres, dwarfs, and Murgalfs. The powers rose, the Ars Illuminator, northwards towards Nifl, chased the night. Up Argyol ran Ilthran's son, the mighty hornblower of heaven's heights.